Okay. As I guess it's just about, I think as a, you know, no one, even though he's great at the DK, he probably does play more Tiny than Ramses plays Tiny. I think that's probably the certain. Apparently they're trying to, they wanted to get VP here, and they do have it. And obviously the mid lane matchup a little bit better to have the DK rather than the Tiny here on his own in the earlier stages. And no one has the potential to get something done on that top lane with the backup of the Wyvern. If BGJ Thunder's supports are forced to move elsewhere, Starlight's got to be a little careful. But I say that once there's a few levels on the like, and we've seen it so many times this patch, this hero is incredibly strong in the lane with the regen that he gets, and he should be alright up there.
decent problem this game is going to be Fade again. Much like in our game earlier today with VGJ Thunder, just not really much for him to do. Like before he was on the Night Stalker, it was a lot of tanky cores kind of running around. He couldn't really pressure them. And again, we got another game like that. DK, Puck, Tiny. Like where do you go? But I thought that was going to be a bigger problem with him in the early game, and it really wasn't. You know, he recovered very well in the mid game, and was still able to win the game for VGJ Thunder. So we'll see if he kind of has the similar outcome here again.
See what CS on the bottom lane between Pasha and Yang. 7 for 3, 7 for 1, pretty even. Pasha has taken a little bit of a beating. Looks like the Scorched Earth has already been used to give Pasha one bit of a rundown. Mid lane, eyes towards Karma. Got Lil bringing in the Hellbent Smasher, and that's going to be the second kill for VP. Great early rotation there from the Enchantress, as he picks up the ideal sort of creep to gank a Storm. And
gotta love the Purge creep.
Yeah, and this is going to be the weakness early on for VGJ Thunder. They have to be careful around this mid lane, because Ench ganking at any time before that Storm hits 6, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to deal with on his own.
Nice stuff from Fade though. He's stealing those bounty runes. Very important if you can't get kills on these heroes. I think AO also got one up top there on the Dazzle too. So trying to find some gold, whereas you can see them both there 0-0 on the old last hits. Sad support like.
Making a move from the bottom lane all the way up to the top. The Avalanche at the top.
Oh, look at it toss onto the Centaur.
Perfectly executed, but it isn't quite enough, or is it? Silo, one more touch, indeed Solo. He's got the range there as he comes flapping his wings over the tree line. And VP getting away with that despite VGJ Thunder doing their best attempt there with the 3 of the heroes to keep one of them alive. Very, very nice coordination from VP. Incredibly tiny, as you say, just the stun control there, maximised by the side to set up for the kill.
No, and this makes it really hard for the Storm Spirit too, because you're sitting in this lane and you have to play safe, because if you can't see the Enchantress, you have to assume that she's ganking you, and that's what I would be guessing, right? You know, you want as many kills as you can for E6, you want to slow this guy down as much as possible. You also have a setup stun from the Dragon Knight that can always be a bit worrisome, and instead she just suddenly appears in the top lane and kills your safe laner, essentially, who's hanging out in the off lane.
Now they'll bring the Centaurs over. Potentially looking for another bit of a gank onto mid. They do know obviously the Earth Spirit's there, and they have got that deep ward down behind the tower, so very useful in terms of looking for an opportunity where they feel the Storm is likely to be on his own. And even if they're passing by at certain stages, maybe see if they can get a bit of a courier snipe in if Lil is in the correct position. We start moving down to the bottom lane. It's catching up a little bit on CS. 18, 19, 20, 21 on the top 4 cores, so no one falling too far behind. So that bit of harassment onto Fade as towards mid. Kick back onto Solo. Fade bros himself out. He's attacking the walls and harassed. Top lane though, no one. He's looking towards Yang. Yang has the backup of Io. No one can't get through the final touchdown with the Scorched Earth heal. Yang will be fine. Oh, I said that there's a toss coming in. Oh, Yang playing on the edge of his life there, will survive, but no one nearly bullying him under the nose of even the fact that he had a backup of the Dazzle.
Oh, nice scan there from the Radiant too. They spotted exactly where the Enchantress was. Just gonna scan around from that high ground, so Freeze backs all the way away. Now he's going to be back up there in the mid lane too, but yeah, down the bottom lane, Sylar. He's going for the 2-0-2 build on the Wolves, which has certainly become more popular. More people are starting to max out the Wolves rather than just going for the Howl and the Feral Impulse, but very painful against the Winter Wyvern. Just going to be countered by that ultimate, more damage coming in early on this game.
Well, with that rotation, getting the stun from the neutral creep, brief fire from Ramses finishes off the job. It's just these movements from VP just seem to be a step ahead of that of VGJ Thunders. They do react, but it's never quite quick enough.
It's crazy just how long VP have been like touting this Enchantress, you know, just like such a threat. Yeah. Lil, amazing on the hero, always has been one of his best. Just like in those old days of him like playing Visage all the time in terms of the micro being very good, very active early on in the game. And even during the Kiev major like True Sight, he just talked about Enchantress the whole time, how he thought it was like the best hero in Dota, and they barely even used it in that tournament in comparison to like how much value they put into it. So always something that they're very happy to pull out in the game.
Camera, level 5 at the moment, Lil. Harassing back Fade again once from this mid lane, making it pretty much impossible for VGJ Thunder themselves to try anything aggressive onto Ramses. As the consistent pressures there from VP's roamers.
Yeah, Dazzle and Lycan, a common pairing. Used to be very classic when you'd use the Shadow Wave with the Wolves, which can be a pretty decent reason just to stack it up in a game like this, even though it can be countered well by the Wyvern. It just obviously helps out in their own synergy. And one of the ways that Lycan would even be picked back in the day when it wasn't that common for the hero to be seen. fade level 2.
I see.
6.5 minutes.
Desperately trying to soak up some XP. But he has to be careful. Little is still sitting around this middle lane.
That's surprising though, eh? Like that just kind of shows like the new patch where like Lil is 0-0-4, so involved, all 4 kills, and he's also kind of struggling. Like he's only 3.5. Like, you know, you might expect something a bit more considering how active he's been and how successful his rotations have gone.
Kills certainly aren't quite as worth as much as they were in the past, both experience and gold-wise in the earlier stages. But it's certainly working in terms of just getting objectives done. 7 minutes in, the Elder Dragon form, Ramses able to push forward with Lil and take a very early mid-tier 1 tower away from VGJ Thunder.
Yeah, and I mean, might as well tap for a bit more. You got the catapult there with the Enchantress, and you know Storm Spirit's just jungling. He doesn't really want to show up for something like this. He still doesn't even have his ultimate. And they don't feel like stopping. He does skill it up now. He's just holding on to the point. Oh, but he runs into Wyvern. And with that clarity now canceled, he doesn't really have much in the tank.
They'll move away from the push, but decent amount of damage done to that tier 2 on top of taking the tier 1 tower. So VP really stepping up the pressure, and that's certainly the way to go. You know, if you can sort of amp things up before the Storm gets his core items, it makes it very hard for the Storm to play the game. Because VP do have these heroes, you know, this Tiny, this Dragon Knight, that just down to their skills, their innate abilities, they can have this edge in the early to mid game that's going to be hard for VGJ Thunder's lineup to sort of stall and keep the game going if this lead continues as we sit 8 minutes, 4-0 and a 4K gold lead for VP.
I was watching a game very similar to this recently. It might have been VGJ Thunder who were playing it, but it was the same situation where they were relatively far behind early on in the game, but they had these 2 cores of the Storm Spirit and the Lycan.
Okay.
And it looked a little bit worrisome, but then you realize how well those 2 heroes can pair together, and that because they both want to just kind of explode, right? You just like, you ult on the Lycan and Storm zips on someone.
Yeah.
And in that short duration of just the pull from a Storm Spirit, Lycan can shred somebody. But in a game like this, it's not going to be quite as easy. They have these saves from Wyvern being the biggest one, so once it gets up to 6, that's going to be pretty good, but there's counter initiation potential from someone like the Tiny or the Dragon Knight, and they still have to try and latch onto that target. It can be very difficult to grab someone like a Puck, or the status resistance from Tiny. That's going to be stacking up there as well. So overall, I'm not sure if we'll be able to recover quite as well as the previous time they've ran these cores. Helm with nothing quite queued up here for Lycan. It's tough. It's like, do I want to go for the Necronomicon against Wyvern? Do I want to try the Armlet build?
I mean, it feels like you have. I mean, it's just that's the only way to play Lycan, isn't it? The Helm Necro at this stage, really. I mean, if you can get it at good time, I'm sure the Lycan is still going to. I mean, so the Wyvern is certainly still going to be a bit of an issue, but it's just so good on the Lycan.
Yeah, the Armlet build always feels pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
Even when it's still gone for these days. Well, speaking of Armlet, DK will be grabbing one up for himself there. Also almost done, so it's going to add quite a bit to the next push with the ulti. Hosh is just getting this for free. I mean, DK's rotating, but he's not even needed.
He's done half the damage on the tower already with Ramses committing the Elder Dragon form. It's unlikely that VGJ Thunder will look to do anything about this defense.
This is going to look a lot like mid, I think. They just pop that ulti and he's like, alright, let's go to the next tower. Like, I'm not stopping. I'm going to force his rotation.
Up top though, they will have to respond to this. The move forward's been made. Juman's been dropped onto the Tiny. Reaction comes in, but this Tiny's falling low. But the deny is there. They'll get the deny. Ramses making sure that there's no kill here for VGJ Thunder. Now they're looking for potential turnaround. They turn towards Storm. He's out of mana, he's controlled by Lil. VP get the kill and deny that VG Thunder was so desperately looking for.
That's the dream situation for Puck. Before your Blink Dagger, you're just always waiting for dives. You just want to TP to a tower and get a coil and then allow the rest of your team to catch up and try and pick up some kills. So, excellently done with the deny. They'll keep their 4K lead and they bring down the Storm in a very important time in the game for him to try and get some momentum going.
Sylar, at least able to read the situation, knows that there's a full committal with the defense from VP, makes the move down mid, able to claim that tier 1 tower, and at least alleviate some of the map pressure that the VP have been able to keep on to VGJ Thunder at this stage by opening up mid, not playing. Going to try and dive in onto Aya by the looks of it. Pasha jaunts forward, has the silence. That's going to be a 6th kill for VP as Io's full. Smoke up from VGJ Thunder. We'll see what they can actually do with this sort of smoke through. They don't have Doom for 75 seconds. They're out, still on cooldown, and they'll have to just let this one go yet again. Another tower. Yang's still hanging around on relatively low health. He does have the Scorched Earth, but Pasha Lil, they're moving in. TP's coming through, but it doesn't matter. The Doom's down, but BP will pay for that one. Getting a little greedy there. They'll lose 2 heroes, maybe even more. Solo also going to be chased down by Sylar and Klammer with that potential you talked about, zipping in. Solo is up to the high ground. They do have the boulder smash just in time. Comes in from the sidelines, and VP will lose 3. So VGJ Thunder for the first time this game able to get a considerable team fight under them there, and it was down to the fact that you could see VP getting a little ahead of themselves there, seeing that Doom potential.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was just a bit of a bait.
Yeah, those VGJ, they're very cheeky. Like, they do these little bait plays a lot of the time when you watch them. They're very, I don't know, they're very clever in a lot of things they'll do. They'll often show, like, their biggest initiator or something, pushing out some wave somewhere, and on the other side of the map, they're smoking with 4 heroes that you would think have pretty poor initiation potential or something like that, but they're always, like, I feel like they have a good idea of what their opponents are seeing. So in that case, if you see a Doom solo, you're gonna go. Of course you're gonna go. He was, like, barely alive, and able to bait into 2 big kills. And then a third, of course, with the Wyvern too, so.
I see the aggressions of the VP Lil just chasing down. And Dazzle there will back off as he realizes the Spirit plus more are waiting in the shadows, but back to this top lane push. Ramses again with the Elder Dragon form, getting some damage onto the tier 2. The rest of VP's coming to back him up. VGJ Thunder are going to be there to look for the fight. Boulder Smash comes in onto Lil, silence onto 3. Allies zipping straight in. They've got the Doom down as well onto Dragon Knight. Winter's Curse laid down, holds back the Dazzle, allows the team to kill their own Dazzle. Sylar's taken down as well by the Impetus. They do lose the DK as he goes, no, it's another deny. Pasha was able to deny the DK who was doomed. So second denied target. Lil, by the looks of it, may just survive. And VGJ Thunder, they don't look quite as lucky. Fade's got to get out. Storm can't escape. He's out of mana. Jump 4 from Pasha. He's going to be able to take down the Earth Spirit. They've lost 4 yet again. Blink 4 for no one. He's got his eyes on Yang. It's a beefy target. He'll let that one go with the face boots as Yang will escape. But again, these fights where VP just seem to be that little cleaner, and again, just getting these denies on these big targets, these big kills that VGJ Thunder would absolutely love to have. But they're there each and every time with the deny.
Yeah, and Solo had just gotten the curse off. Like, it was 2 seconds off cooldown, and he's able to land a lot of 3 heroes like that. Didn't have the Lycan, so not able to just slay everyone instantly.
Could be in a bit of trouble, and should be with Kama zipping in. They'll take down 1. Turn towards Ramses, but not quite enough mana in the tank for Kama to bring down a DK. The rest of VPA is wrapping around behind VGJ Thunder. Io's got to hide, but he can't. They've already spotted him out. They've got the silence. Dazzle taken down. Starting to heat up quite a bit. Certainly continuing to be in favour of VP as they lead 7k, 14 minutes in.
Yeah, 14 minutes, and we're still looking towards the first Necronomicon. Not exactly ideal for Lycan. He still leads his team, but clearly far behind the leaders on the side of VP there. Almost 7k. Yeah, he just cracked it there for Ramses. And he's not too scared of a little Lycan like this as he builds in towards that Shadow Blade. That's going to put some pressure on the Storm Spear. Going to be hard for him to keep catching up and just farming neutral camps. And possibly even force the side of VGJ into more of like this 5-man Dota. And that's when you really feel bad, you know?
So, no one. He's got the combo onto Yang. Not quite enough damage though to finish him off. Yang be able to turn. Winter's Curse laid down as Solo will hold back Sylar for a little bit of time. Zipfril from Kama finds Solo in the tree line. They will burst down the Wyvern. They're looking towards no one as well. They have the walls on him. Go for this, they roll forward on Fade, find the connection, but Lil and Pash is there with the response. Jump forward, Dream Coil down onto the Earth Spirit. Great save there onto Sylar from Io. The last moment, keeping Sylar alive. Fade may not be quite as lucky. We'll see if he's able to roll away for this one, but with the impetus is flying through from Lil, Fade should fall. He'll go for the silence and the rollout, stopping the last impetus. He's looking to duke it out of the tree line, but the vision is there. Lil will be able to make the connection and still get the kill, but they lose passion.
Yeah, looks like Sylar picks him up too. So.
But VP is still this sort of problem that VGJ Thunder are sort of unable to break ahead in these trades. There's always something going a little bit more right for VP.
Yeah, like a dragon on the other side of the map taking your tier 2. Not exactly the ideal situation here, and that's going to be his Shadow Blade. So Ramsey's going to create that threat, and then we'll probably just be looking for some more vision there for the Dire. Already looks pretty good. They got some over there on the Radiant jungle, over by the shrine, and close to the base as well. So kind of spotting those courier movements, which can be very telling as to what the Radiant is up to, and also where people generally tend to group up for smokes. But yeah, Roche Pit, we haven't been there yet. 16 minutes in. Might be a good idea for VP soon, or possibly a sneak from VGJ Thunder as well.
Yeah,
they have the possibility.
Yeah, they could do it at a decent time. It's obviously very scary with the Wyvern being in the game there.
Oh, he sold the Shadow Blade. Oh, he thought about the Halberd, and now he's thinking about the BKB.
Okay.
Interesting. Maybe the Shadow Blade, he realizes that they're going to be playing pretty tight already for Thunder, so there might not be a lot of value in that.
And eventually,
and they're thinking high ground.
And eventually there's going to be that Necro. Yeah. Scaled up. But yeah, BKB is going to allow them to, as you say, just fully commit to sort of those high ground pushes at a potentially early stage of the game. Let's see.
Yeah, besides Doom, they don't have a cancel off either, so theoretically it could let them be a little bit more independent on the side lanes and everything, but Doom's there, that's the issue.
Notification comes out from VP, and they will send no one up to the top lane. So, moving forward, Sylar. So you're going to commit with the ultimate. No one's keeping his distance. The rest of VP, look at this wraparound coming from the bottom of the jungle. This could catch them off guard. Oh, quick blink there from Panther as he heads into the tree line. He's looking for the big catch. Can he get it up at the top? He can't. They've already managed to duke it out. VGJ Thunder do avoid that rotation there from VP. It looked like it had good potential to catch them, but they very, very cleanly disengage and get out of there just in time, Thunder.
And it looks so nice, but still an 8K. Okay, it drops a little down to 7K, so it is working. Slowly climbing back in, but you gotta imagine we're looking for some kills there on the Storm Spirit here soon. And Doom does have the Shadow Blade. Might be able to help set some stuff up here if they get a little bit greedy from the side of VP, if they start splitting up a little bit across the map.
It might even be the case that Yang wants to just try and find Solar in these fights. We've seen Solar get some great Winter's Curses off, but have been quite a nuisance for VGJ Thunder to deal with. VP, to the pit they go, and Thunder are going to be aware of this one. They're not quite close enough, by the looks of it, to indicate having interest.
Fight for them too. Yeah. So unlikely. With the Roche gold and all the tower gold, that means Solo's getting close to his first item.
This is Curse trying to set up the rest of his team to come in. They do have a Dream Coil. They could look to hold him down that little bit more, but it looks like they don't have too much of an interest in chasing him. It is just the two heroes, so maybe a play was being made just in case there was the resources to send more down there, but that wasn't the situation, so they have to let the Lycan go. Yang with this newly found Shadow Blade. See if he can find an opening. A Doom onto a target followed up by the Storm could result in a quick and easy kill.
Feels like the same problem as the laning stage though. Just like hunting around, it's like, okay, there's a DK. There's a tiny, like, so much time for the allies to respond just because of how tanky they are, how many towers they still have left. Oh, this is only his third Dragon Knight game for Ramses. There you go. MDL in the sum of 8. See if he can make it 3 wins. I feel like he just might, judging by the way this game's going.
So far, so good. Yeah, he's top of the net worth. And as you mentioned, just looking pretty hard for VGJ Thunder to bring down these team fights. Sanjin Yasha complete on no one's tiny. No one coming in, clean up the walls. Time drop down as well. See how heavy-handed VP want to get with this high ground push. I mean, they do have the Aegis, and as I'm saying with the SMY, the BKB on the DK, they do have the tools to go for this. 20 minutes in, it is early, but they do have a considerable lead.
I like this, because they don't have good high ground. They need to make some sort of a play. Just like standing at the top is not going to work well for them. They need to find Solo, and he's lurking back there.
Let's see what they can do with this already. VP, could be the Doom drop down onto Ramsey. Passion jumps in, manages to get the Dream Coil though, onto 3 of them. They'll get the toss as well, prompting the stun. That's the Earth Spirit down, but they have lost the Wyvern. The Doom as well on Ramses, meaning that there's a setup there for Kama to come in, finish off the kill. VGJ Thunder, they find 2. They're looking for more. Sylar desperately trying to chase down no one. Has he got the damage to bring him down? Once he has. That's going to be the Aegis pop. Lil being focused by Yang and Io. He's surrounded by the Doom. Sylar has lost the ultimate form, but the heal's gone off Lil. Lil should tick down one more touch. One right click from the Dazzle will do it. That's going to be a 3rd down on VP. No one will be able to keep his second life intact. Pasha's still alive, but as you were mentioning, great wraparound from VGJ Thunder. VP though, they're not done. They look to jump back in. No one has the quick 1-2 combo, able to blow down the Doom. They have the Vortex, dragging back in no one. Do they have the damage to bring down this Tiny? He's just turning towards Karma. Karma's low on mana. He's only got a little bit left, trying to zip back in range, but they have to respect this Tiny. You can see how terrified they are. Keeping their distance. Pasha just coming back in and forth. He's very confident with the way that he can get in and out without being caught out. They do get away, but
very impressive stuff.
Very good signs from VGJ Thunder with that sort of play.
This is kind of, you know, VG, I mean, there's a reason they just won Galaxy Battles and they just 3-0'd EG, because they're kind of climbing out of that tier, you know, 2.5 to more of an upper status team because of maneuvers like that. It's just not something you really see from teams from like the bracket that we kind of would have previously grouped them in. So slowly kind of clawing their way to there. I don't know if it's enough to claw themselves out of this deficit into a win, but they can keep making plays like that. You saw how fast Solo died. I feel like he definitely needs an item. I'm surprised they haven't prioritized like anything on him at all. He doesn't have the Glimmer Cape, he doesn't have the Blink Dagger, no hope towards those whatsoever. Any item like that would make a really big difference for him up against the Storm. Very happy to focus him down as fast as possible every engagement, but Will's a bit too greedy. You see him climb up to 7k, he's like, no Solo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tower
Radiant's
VP.
middle tower has fallen.
Tier 2 after Tier 2, still relatively early days in this game, 22 minutes in. VP remaining the top 3 highest scores on the net worth. As still a bit of a catch-up game that VGJ Thunder need to play, and it's certainly going to be put to the test when that high ground push comes in, whether VGJ Thunder can successfully hold the high ground. It feels like they don't really have an incredible lineup to do that. It is going to be difficult, but if they can make maneuvers like they just did and are able to sort of catch VP out off guard just outside the base, they've certainly got a good chance of making a go at it. Yang down bottom, opens up from the Shadow Blade with the Doom onto the Pug. Can't chase him down over the score return, needs a +1 and he'll get it. In comes the Storm, Karma's got the control. You know, very good catch there from Yang.
This is certainly looking fine for VP heading to like that mid-late game too. The wave control in general looks a little bit more favorable for them, so they have to try and catch VP when they're trying to do these solo pushes. There could be a Wyvern on a lane just pushing, there could be a Puck, there can be a DK, and there can even just be a Tiny. Like, all of them are very fast at clearing out waves. They don't really have the same thing as VGJ Thunder. The cores are decent in terms of like the Lycan and the Storm Spear, but no one really like flash clears waves or anything like that, so like that, they're still pushing waves so fast on the other side of the map for VP that I don't really know how much ground they're actually going to gain here from VGJ Thunder. That's why that Aegis was so important for VP to take too, because just like, at least an Aegis maybe gives VGJ Thunder a chance to like push out a little bit and force an objective for a favorable fight, but without that, they're just kind of stuck, hoping to kill some heroes and still not really getting any map control.
We'll see where they head next. I think, as you mentioned, it's just all about VGJ Thunder looking for those opportunities and themselves. Karma's very low on mana here though. No one's got the catch. Set up for Ramses. Pasha's there as well. That's Karma down. Indeed, just after he picks up that Bloodstone. It's a painful death for the Storm Spirit.
Oh, they really need to stack that up. He's also thinking about the Orchid. I don't know if that's going to be feasible for him in terms of survivability. Feels like he might need a BKB or something, but I guess you have to play risky and aggressive. He understands the brother behind me there, so.
Yeah, trying to open up. No one's going to come in with the action. Jumps forward. Solo has the Winter's Curse down off the Earth Spirit, holding in place. Fade's going to be protected by... They're looking to get Silo out of this one, and they're going to be able to as well. The third hero down on VP. Pasha will jump in, finish off the Lycan. It's a 3 for 2 at the moment, favouring VGJ Thunder. They've got their eyes on Lil. Boulder Smash comes in. They have the control with the Vortex from Karma, dragging him back in. Have they got the damage? He's got that passive, slowing down the right clicks, but the burst from Io will finish him off. Dazzle. Well, Io doing a lot of work in that fight there. Multiple graves, making it very tricky for VP to get those kills. And it gave the time for Sylar, even though he goes down, to do a lot with that Lycan. He was getting those punches in. And there, VGJ Thunder, they're winning these team fights now. The VP unable to break this high ground with the way that VGJ Thunder's stepping up their play.
Yeah, Io really stood out at Galaxy Battles. He's a very well-positioned player. There's a lot of team fights where he's always in the perfect spot. He's far enough away from those big AoE spells to bring in that save. You know, post-Ravage, post-Winter's Curse, that's definitely like shined the most from him, I found. And there, you just kind of see it. You know, they gave a lot of experience to him early. He leveled up the Grave pretty quick. He was ready for those first couple curses, but he didn't actually find that good positioning in those engagements. But now in this one, he probably didn't need to rush that much. It felt maybe a little bit forced because like you see this good curse, but if you can't get that dazzle and it doesn't get that instant pick off, then very quick reactions from Fade right after. He starts getting those big stuns, the big silences, the damage starts pouring out, and the fight starts to look a little bit poorer for VP there too. So see if they're probably going to play it a little bit more relaxed here, I would guess. Maybe not try another big high ground one, maybe focus more on a little bit of a split push aspect, but that's going to open up more opportunities for the Doom and the Storm Spirit to get things done, and maybe we can get a few more charges back on this Bloodstone.
So, I mean, VP with the net worth lead there, they could definitely continue to play the farm game, as you say, just sort of get to that sweeter spot where they can sort of go through pushes.
A lot of heroes here.
And then up top, no one. I don't think he's getting out of this, indeed, with 3 heroes surrounding him. He is gone. Another pick off for VGJ Thunder. You do have VP coming through, Pasha leading the way, seeing if we can find something in return. Sylar, he popped the ult. He's going to look straight towards Pasha. There'll be the Euro Scepter. Should be at the place where I know the silence comes in perfectly timed, and that's going to be a double kill for Kama. 2 cores quickly falling for VP. As it really seems that VP, they're starting to fall apart. VGJ Thunder may not have had, you know, the world's most solid laning stage, but the plays and the calls that they're making are seeming to just outplay VP each and every time in this. Get 27 minutes in. Sure, there's still a 6k lead, but it's being turned around. VGJ Thunder now able to get the momentum back under their wings. And I think if you're VP, you're going to be a little bit shaken up about this. And now Roshan's there for the taking. 2 cores down. I don't think VP can contest this at all.
And the last time they were ganking the Storm, it was the Storm and the Doom. So I think they're kind of expecting this Doom to be scouting, but they can see Doom on the bottom lane. He was pushing out that wave, so you feel safe. You're like, okay, Doom's way down there. I can kind of make this push up top like that, but they've got these other 3 heroes that you're not really expecting to be there with the full committal from Sylar.
So they do a big play with the win. He's got the Winter's Curse. What can he do with it?
Oh, look where Fade is, though.
It's so hard for him to get in. He's trying to, but Fade indeed with that position is going to make it impossible. Roshan goes down. Kama able to pick up the Aegis.
I hear Storm Spirit's good with that. I've been told. Please go fairly.
And that would have been the cheese as well, right? Who's picked up the cheese? It's okay, Sylar. So very nice. Both of these cores, cheese unlike and brilliant. You know, being able to stay that little longer alive with the ultimate. And
he doesn't like Aegis. That's not his thing.
No.
So it's good that he can get the cheese.
Yeah, this is a good bit of a power point for VGJ in the terms that they could look to try and go aggressive themselves. There's still tier 2s for the take. There's still a tier 1 on the bottom lane that hasn't been taken. Top lane, they found Lil. Solo will have the Winter's Curse on to do. That's a lot of damage coming in from his teammates as Yang will fall. Solo able to save Lil and get that turnaround kill. This is always going to be the problem, as we talked about in the draft and such. This Wyvern against the Lycan. That ult, you've always got to respect just how much that does. You know, if the Lycan's got his army out next to any of those teammates, they're going to die in a good Winter's Curse. And Solo has been very good with finding the positioning to do so.
I will say he still doesn't have the blink, so it's very fortunate that he was in the area for that. He does have the Glimmer Cape now, though, so he'll have that picked up, but that does mean the blink's still going to be coming quite a bit later. And his curses haven't been like, you know, I guess he hasn't always been able to catch the Lycan like that, and he hasn't always been able to play around from the dazzle, so still a little bit tempting coming high ground here.
There we go. They go this bridge, they force out the fortifications. They pull from Kama, zip back, clear out the way, towers down. Sylar for the sideline, and the ultimate ready to try and chase down VP. See what they can claim here. They know that there's no Winter's Curse for a bit of time. Kama zips forward. Lil did get out the heal. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Pasha jumping in with the silence, trying to provide some backup. And with the Dream Coiler, will force Sylar to spend a bit of time backed up. Yang coming in for the sidelines under the shadow blip, but the sentry's down. VP, they have the vision. They burst down the Doom. Kama zip forward. Yes, Jules Duffy very low on the mana though. VP in a good position to turn this one around onto VGJ Thunder, and they will claim Kama once. That's the Aegis pop. They've also got their eyes on Fade. No one with the control, with the Avalanche toss will set up for a potential kill. Fade kicks them away. The Grave comes out from Io. Shouldn't be enough to keep Fade alive though. No one on Solo continues to be down onto him. They do manage to get the Storm back out. Karma's able to escape after that Aegis, but still 2 heroes down on Thunder. The Aegis gone. Fade has to buy back. VP, they still have a bit of time left with this Elder Dragon form. I say a bit of time. He's got the full time. This is a strong push coming in from VP. Sylar has the ult back up. He's looking to fight. He's making beeline straight for Solo. He's got the army out with the Necro units, but it's immediately cleared away by the Cleave and the Avalanche for no one. They'll throw Sylar up into the air. He's falling very low. Lil slides forward. Ramses with his BKB living on the last bit of life does claim the Rax, and he's actually able to get out. The Solo Winter's Curse again, protecting him, forcing VGJ Thunder to fight one another, and allows Ramses to sneak out after getting the Rax.
Yeah, and they don't want to chase any further without the Lycan ulti, and so away VP will slink. Very happy with their prize here.
Yeah, that was some. I mean, we're seeing some great plays from Sun and some great plays from Io. This is one of those games where you have sort of these big safe supports, Solo and the Dazzle, and interesting, well, because Solo, he's doing it every time, of course, with the Winter's Curse. I don't think we've seen a single sort of cold embrace now. Like, oh, he saved him, because there's it's not ideal this game. There's a lot of ways that VGJ Thunder can punish you with cold embrace, but every time that Winter's Curse has been there, well, 31 minutes in it, we're not at the latest stages of a game, and it seems like each and every one has done something big for the team, as you say, without the blink at this point, still being able to get in position and being allowed to pull off these big plays.
Yeah, and consider his other 4 allies, he is by far the most ganked. It's like not even close. Like you saw Lil, there's like 3 heroes on top of him, he still just heals all the way up, and then the other 3 heroes are all too tanky or too elusive. So he has a giant target on his back, and again, as you say, against a Storm Spirit and a Lycan, still able to get that done. Very impressive stuff. A lot of reach from the side of VGJ Thunder trying to shut him down, but not able to.
A bit of the Simbids really. Getting some nice intel here for the side. Spots out Solo and Noah. We have just seen to a Storm. Karma has picked up the Lincoln Sphere. So it's certainly going to be feeling a little safer when zipping him and Solo in the neighborhood, knowing that at least he's not going to be the one getting shredded by Winter's Curse. Up top, Fade still looking for the setup on this bit of action on Solo and No One. The rest of VGJ Thunder are coming through it. They can find a good angle to open up. They can certainly go for this. Karma's going to be a bit off the mark with the initial hit, but it doesn't look like it matters. They have the silence and stun onto the Wyvern. Limit comes through Solo. Oh, he gets the time again! The Winter's Curse from Solo. He survives. Pops the Converse. He'll surely still fall. Bottom smash comes through. If the Elan of Keep alive, surely Solo's got to die. He does. He does go down. And now VGJ Thunder, they're looking for more, but Karma, he's out of mana. No One as well, though. Also a little low on the potential to fight. Just drop down onto DK, but Ramsey's still strong, heads back in. They do find Io. They've got the Avalanche, they've got the toss, they'll take him out. See if they can try and move on for more here. Yang, Shadow Blade as he sneaks away. I mean, again, another fight going the way of VP, and because of the fact that Solo was able to react as he does.
And he instantly bought back too, once he saw the Earth Spirit go down too, because he bought back earlier, so highly unlikely that he has buyback at this point, and he's ready to just start pressuring in.
There we go, with 2 heroes down on VGJ Thunder. As you say, no way for those 2 to get back into the fight. How can VGJ Thunder put a stop to this one? Ramsey is moving straight down towards the bottom lane. Yang's alone. I mean, Karma's going to have a bit of a go on him, but it's a bit of a bait pass. She jumps in with the silence. They've got the control. They've put the Lincolns. Has to be Storm up and down and out of the game. 30 seconds, no Storm. No buyback on him either. And this will be more than enough space for VP to claim a second set of racks. If he can get any more through with the Bloodstone, the Storm not out for too long. So it looks like the game will go on.
It's tempting, but without the Dragon form, play it a little bit safe. No reason to give anything away. Certainly lost quite a few kills this game, considering the advantage that they've had throughout it. It's felt like VGJ Thunder have gotten more than their fair share of kills. But we'll just relax back, grab a tree for No One, start beating away at the shrine.
This is quite a sizable lead now coming back the way of VP. We saw that sort of mid-game where VGJ Thunder were able to swing it back their way a little bit, but these last few fights and these objectives now lending VP towards this 18k gold lead.
Yeah, objectives have just been very key for VP this game too, because like VGJ Thunder, I don't think they've been close to it. They were kind of close to that tier 2 top when they went for that gank. But other than that, the bottom lane has been stuck near their tier 3 for what feels like 15 minutes or something at this point. The mid lane, they managed to snag that tier 1 early on, but other than that, it's been largely pushing in from the side of VP. Just very good control of the waves overall map.
Oh boy, look at this as well. Look at this Tiny. No One, he's got the AC, the Daedalus, and he's got a bottled DD. DD just then gave me everything to change it around. Silence going to be jumped on his drink called Silence. Jump forward for No One. He's going to keep finding some time from him. In fact, Kama on the sidelines has been able to find the Wyvern. This time there won't be any big ult from Solo because he's down for 70. Can VGJ Thunder find anything more out of this? The army comes out from Sylar. The purge onto no one. Roll forward from Fade. Two-man boulder smash onto Ramses and Lil, but Ramses posts the BKB, turns around with the Dragon Tail stun, takes down Fade. Kama zips forward onto no one. He's a little on the mana though, so he has to back up. Pasha keeping Io at bay, making it very hard for the Dazzle to keep that position for those big sort of saves to happen. But Grave himself head back. Doom was dropped down onto Ramses, but Kama is going to be found out in the tree line. Does manage to get the suicide out. VP again making sure that they take the favourable trade in terms of numbers, getting two, only losing one. Did have to commit the Elder Dragon form, but they do have a bit of time left on it. And Creepway pushing in on top. The third set of racks for VGJ Thunder could be in danger.
Oh yeah, he's got that heart done. No BKB required. And the march begins. They have the gem as well, just to watch for any sort of sneaky Doom plays. And it looks like VP might be able to clean up the Megas right here.
Yeah, there should be absolutely the Megas. They do have a fortification, but with two members down, you should claim this. They jump forward, they drop the Dream Coil onto Yang. In the melee racks, a couple of swipes from this Tiny. There we have it. Mega creeps are out for VP. VGJ Thunder not going to kick the bucket quite yet. They will hold on. See if they can find. No, they won't hold on. They actually they tap out. They see the Megas. With their lineup, of course, we already talked about the issues in terms of pushing waves back out. They don't really have the means to deal with Mega. With those out, they'll call the game GG. VP will take game one of this series. And impressive showing from VGJ Thunder in some of those sort of decisions, but overall VP still just looking like the stronger side in terms of just the overall play and the heroes they had as well. The draft seemed very solid from VP.
The Enchantress was just played so well too. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the supports that used to deal with Enchantress.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team back. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Dusker.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant
Needs assassin. Keeper of the light.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Enchantress.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Double shaman.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Night Stealer.
Virtus Pro's turn to ban.
GTA Thunder and go, oh holy shit, we've got to do something.
and a little bit of a giveaway will be going off if the rampages do occur. We've already had one today, at least on this stream, so we'll see if any happens. Definitely rampage potential this game. I'm looking at the Ramses Jara. That's a hero where
that would be my pick.
Rampages can come through. We'll see how they
Maybe the Razor, I guess, if you had to pick one for Thunder, but yeah, I would agree Ramses is most likely. MSI Rampage champion. So watch out, man. You might get yourselves a nice fresh graphics card.
See the lanes at the moment. Fade hanging around with the mid lane, backing up Cylon, Lil backing up Ramses. So taking this Jaro towards the mid lane and putting no one again on the side lane. Like both these players played last time, having Ramses towards the mid. And again, well, I guess this is just is this avoiding a certain matchup? You just don't want the Tiny against the DK, or
yeah, Tiny versus Razor would be the worst possible scenario, I would say. So this is great for Tiny. 1v1 versus Tide, just like cool. Like Anchor Smash is very good. Well for tree for last sitting.
Top, nice little bit of a burrow strike from Pasha to break himself out of the field. And will manage to escape that attempt there from Aya and Fade as Fade makes the move quickly from the mid lane up towards the top. Send Pasha back to base. Get himself fully regen back up. And Solo, he's going to get there. Oh, the uphill miss. Oh, feels a bit bad for Solo, and he may just go down for that one. As Io will be fine and Fade takes the kill. RNG not in Solo's hands today.
Run down that chin. That is brutal. Now the one thing is, of course, Tide is getting a better match versus the Razor, but it's also very better for Tide. But Tide's going to get a lot of fun. See how that kind of groups off on those creeps absorbed on the Sylar does survive there, but yeah, Tide should be relatively far playing that mid game.
Yeah. Up top, Karma. Getting going on here. The control as well with the root. The creep from Solo. Bringing Karma down low. Pasha, he will have Burrow Strike back up, but unable to close the gap. It's just the level 2, so it does just have the one level in Burrow Strike, so not the greatest of range, of course, on that spell. And will mean that he can't quite hold him in place, as Karma will be saved for now.
So far, so good from Solo, though. Not, of course, that here we get to see too often from him. Usually Lil gets to grab those times, but good job getting some pressure in there. Not quite as successful as Lil was, but also a little bit more difficult for heroes, I would say, this game. And Pasha just cracking into level 3, but Io's still there hanging about. I believe they have a Radiant Ward on him, though, so Pasha's playing very safe.
They do, yeah. They've got the pings out onto him, and now looking towards him. We'll make a bit of a play here as they go in with Pasha Burrow Strike again. Karma's on the sideline, though, stealing a fair bit of damage from Solo. So they're still trying to keep aggressive with the creeps, but he's going to lose his own life. It's Fading Karma taken down. Pasha diving in deep for this kill, will get it, but all the sounds himself up underneath the tower hits, will survive for now. They are going to look for him, but we've got to look down towards bottom because Yang also in trouble. Fade Bolt from Lil will finish him off. Back up to the top lane. Pasha was able to cut his way around the tree line with the Quelling Blade. Karma's still continuing to chase. Pasha may be in trouble in the passive, slows him down. Karma, it's the vision here with the plasma field, and Pasha will lose his life. So DJ Thunder getting the kills, and the aggression from these two, Solo and Pasha, not quite going out as planned. It is costing them their own lives each time.
Smoke instantly popped. It was like, alright, see ya. Good luck trying to gank my mid laner, and DK was in there very deep too. He was like up the enemy ramp.
I was going to be careful there. I mean, Solo, he could just go for the solo killer with these creeps. He should have more than enough control, and Io just ends up walking into that one. Solo will pay with his life though. Solo and Fade made the rotation and take him down. But yeah, I don't think I quite expected to see Solo still hanging around that close. I think maybe under the night vision as well, he may not have seen Ken himself and only could see the creeps.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Getting punished for that. In terms of CS, anyone really getting left behind? It's, I guess, it's pretty close at the back of these laning stages. No one getting too punished. I guess with the mid lane 23-4, 27-10. There's that slightly from Ramses, but at the same time he's had a bit more help in the mid lane, so a little bit further behind in experience. Sylar is going to be getting the better time on his 6, and with that Elder Dragon form, definitely kill potential if he gets a rotation in from Fade or one of the supports.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what you'd expect. The Razor is the one who creates the disparity. Sand King is losing out, but other than that, everyone's just crazy. And as I said, that level 6 on the DK is very important. Hopefully get that kill and transfer that into the tower damage, or possibly a gyro once over, like that.
It's mid lane. Solo, again with these rotations, takes in a couple of creeps. They've got the catch onto DK, and DK is down. opening up the lane for Ramses to continue to keep pretty much top CS. He's basically neck and neck with Yang at the moment on this tight end too. He's having a pretty free farm lane down bottom. Same to be said though for no one's tiny. In fact, no one trying to get aggressive, but Fade is there to respond to this. Has the control with the root. Yang a little bit low, but Fade, he can look to try and dive this. No one pops the stick charges. That will be enough to force Fade away. Fade can't dive in any further mid lane though. That's where the real trouble is for VGJ Thunder. The homing missile connects. Again, these wraparounds for Solo and Lil, making it very hard for the mid laners to react. Solo sees the Razor, TP straight out of there. No, there's no way to cancel it, and he'll get himself back to safety. Solo, he's dying a few times, but overall it is paying off. He's making a lot of aggressive movements on the Chen. He's been incredibly active.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost a lot for the team either. I mean, you see Lil's the one who's scaling a little bit more, already has his Arcanes, and level 4, whereas I believe still roaming around Disruptor was level 2 moments, but he's probably 3 at this point, but certainly, you know, AO also suffering a little bit there. Moment and go.
That certainly was a short moment.
You know, that's like when someone pauses and says sec, and then actually
they don't mean
it is
sec.
one second. Yeah, that's a lot. You know, that's like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
You're not messing around. Though.
Very nice pause there. Let's enjoy those. 7 minutes, 5 to 4. Less than a 1k lead for VP.
It's a decent wrap.
Go, cool down. Ramses trying to back himself away, but behind the storm. Sure, this is going to be enough damage. I should have been telekinesis from Lil, ripping Karma away, and that will be enough to save Ramses. Keeps the Jara alive. Very nice rotation from Lil, coming in just in time, as it did look like that Jara was dead for good.
Yeah, good call to turn back around, coming towards the supporting cast of the tower. And Solo again on a deep mission here, but I see a lot of enemy heroes in the area.
Fade is low.
The shrine. The value. All 3.
Take the. Oh, and haven't got the courier. Can't quite do it though. Fortifications down the courier. He's in.
Good luck, Solo. He has no TP.
He's got a stun onto one, but Io, he's going to have to control with the Thunder Strike and a potential glimpse. Back up there from Ramsey. And in fact with that, they're starting to force him off Solo. Solo will still go down. Can VP get the kills in return? Double towards Fade. Fade pops the stick charges. Yang's there as well to secure the double kill for Karma. Oh, he still ends up going down, Io. Solo, he gets what he was after, you know. Solo, he just wants blood, and he does find it. This time it's a little bit messy as a triple kill ends up going away as Karma. Lil also gets caught out in the back of the tree. No one comes in. Look at the combo, able to burst down the Naga Siren, but he also will pay for his sins as Karma's coming through. Will be tossed back. Io's got the control. The glimpse is indeed back up. They'll look towards no one. Karma now unstoppable, as that is the 4th kill in quick succession for this Razor. I mean, this is what we love about some of these CIS sides. You know, VP, they just go for it. But VGJ Thunder are more than happy for them to do that with the way that they're being able to turn these sort of plays around. With the control they have, with the Disruptor, with the Naga Siren, it's very easy for VP to be caught out of place, and this Razor to rotate in at this stage of the game, level 9, and having quite an impact.
Yeah, so a lot of damage right at that fight too. And then Heroes kept, it felt a lot like that game with Na'Vi with Crystallize, the Chrono, and they just kept like coming to his lane and getting 3-man Chrono. They were like handing over to the Void. That was kind of like that, where they just like walk into a fight where Victor has already spent 5 or 6 seconds.
Tasha has got a burrow stroke. We'll see if he can make any sort of play with it. He's got the Sandstorm, but there is a sentry down, and he is not getting out of this one. Another kill for VGJ Thunder.
Ravaging down. Mostly pressuring with like buildings and everything will be the name of their game. Dragon Knight. In terms of like this whole game, I had a few games today where it felt kind of awkward. I would say this is another one that VGJ Thunder. They basically just have to like walk around with nets and clips. Normally really punish in terms of catch potential here. So a little bit of a slower paced game from them, whereas the VP have the options of aggression. They're going to have a well-farmed Blink, or well-farmed Rubik, rather. They'll probably get Blink at some point because it's Lil. You're going to have Chen Creeps kind of wandering around, and then you're going to have a Blink SK. So a lot of good moments to kind of just hop in, quick plays, and kind of expect them to maybe take over the game like that if VGJ Thunder aren't careful with like how they time their 5-man. They waste ultimately. But there's that kind of punish that they need. Nice burst break from Kasha though. Oh wait, wow, how did he get, man, that was like barely in
wiggling
between.
Out. Yeah, the very side of that field. Nonetheless, getting away, Lil.
He's on his horse though, he's coming in.
Yes. He's ready to try and put a stop to this, throws out the Faithful. actually able to grab himself the brief fire as well, so very nice amounts of wave clear for this Rubik to have, and VGJ Thunder with the reaction coming through from VP will back away, not interested in trying to force a fight too heavily at this stage of the game.
What a game for Yang, man. He just like TP's mid when this fight's happening, throws up a Ravage, things go well, goes back to his lane. If you guys think you're ever going to hit this tower, you are sorely mistaken.
Look who's trying to invade the jungle again, Solar. He wants more blood. He's only been finding himself a 3, 4, and 4. Sure, he's died 4 times, but he's been involved and been highly responsible for 7 of the 8 kills that VP have got so far this game.
Making that space for someone. I feel like we haven't seen Ramses in quite a while, so just chilling in the lanes, heading some neutrals. Got his drums, looking at a pretty standard build there. Looks like it'll just be the old Yasha right into the BKB.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, just get 6. Oh, team. Let's see. We have Static Storm as well.
Could he set up for some TP play?
Come on, give me Disruptor first, and then Tidehunter.
Is he going to do it? If we've got TPs on the others, we'll see if there's the chance for it. Nah, he's out.
I am disappointed.
I was hoping for some song into mass TPs, but I wasn't a TP on Disruptor. They weren't ready.
Nothing worse than the pimp shame, you know.
No, not the old little wiggle. Not ready. They weren't ready for that sort of reaction. No one now picks up the Blink Dagger. 12 minutes in. Good timing for the Tiny. We've seen it already. If he gets the burst combo down on one, it's going to be a sure death, and they have a lot of follow-up as well.
I'd say this is like the biggest timing for them in the whole early game.
They can start really moving around and getting those kills, VP.
This is why Tiny is just like first pick right now. He's so brutal to play against. He can go in all 3 lanes. He has this crazy status resistance that is just like, it's hard to see it in a lot of these games, but there's certain abilities you just like straight up can't cast on him. See like a Winter's Curse or something. You know, I remember the first time status resistance came out, Winter's Curse was just happening like every game, and it's just like, if you target the Tiny, it just doesn't matter. It just ends. Absolutely. And so he's just gonna kind of shadow Ramses, but there was an observer ward there, so they saw that no one is hanging around Ramses.
Oh, I know Solo towards it. See what's going on here. He's heading in. They do have the epicenter in the burrow strike towards Karma, but the song comes out from Fate. Puts a stop to it. So if they want to react, Io coming in looking for the position. Doesn't see the opportunity and won't go for it, but Lil actually with the stolen sneak coming in. Instantly stop those. It was enough to hold Io in position. For the cooldown to connect. They'll take down Disruptor. Burrow strike from Pasha. He looks to split and try and pull the team apart. Solo pulling low. Wants the global heal. Karma and Yang chasing down the Chen, but they can't quite do it. No one jumps forward. Tosses Karma back into the hands of the Gyro. The Ravage comes through, but it looks like it doesn't matter. They've lost a second on the side of VGJ Thunder. Yang, Sala, and Fade having to back up. The stolen Ravage from Lil sets up onto Yang. He's surrounded by 4. It'll be more than enough damage for VP to take down the Tide as well. Sylar on the side with that Shadow Blade. He's eyeing up no one. He's going to make a bit of an attempt onto this. No one pulling low. Turns to the Amber Jump. Tosses the DK back into the hands of Pasha and Lil. They don't have quite enough damage on themselves to bring him down with the help of Ramses. Ramses able to swoop across behind the tier 1. They get the kill on the DK. Sure, they lose no one, but overall VP, they're just going and going and going. Double kill for Ramses as him and Pasha catch up late in the tree line. Ramses now potentially in trouble. Gets dragged back. Karma's TP'd in. Ramses is trying to man find him. He's got the back of a Solo. It doesn't matter. Ramses will fall, but Pasha does manage to finish on the kill onto Karma. The Tide's coming through a Solo with the smoke. Jukes out the final right click of the tower. Pasha Sandstorm, he can't get himself out. The sentry is down. Io will get the double kill. There's some crazy fights this game. It is just an absolute brawler between these two sides. I mean, who are we calling coming out on top of that one? Both the Gyro and Razor die at the end of it all. It's up and down. It's up and down. It's only less than a 1k lead for VP still. It's absolutely neck and neck this game. It's brutal.
A bit of a wash overall. In the end, it's just kind of bringing us very close, everything relatively even, just kind of progressing the game to a little bit more gold and a little bit more experience onto everyone. And man, Lil, what a player during that fight. Like, that's such a great example about like Rubik and why he's just so insanely good at team fights. Like, if you're a Naga and you throw up a song like that and you only get a Disruptor, you might not even be that happy about it. But he just like gets the spell, uses it, they get one pick, and then immediately he's able to steal a Ravage after that. So 2 massive team fight ultis coming out from a single hero. And when you do the math, that's 2 more ultis than the Dire.
The burrow strike, the epicenter commit doesn't get the connection onto Yang. Yang will be able to walk himself away. Coming out for Karma and Io. Get the chance for a glimpse, and they will. Manage to bring back. Oh!
damn.
The perfect timing from Pasha there. Burrow striking at the same instance as the pullback from the glimpse, and he keeps himself safe. That's a professional sanking.
I would say so. Yeah. With the stacks on these two, so now you can get a little bit aggressive here from VP.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And we're nearing that time, 16 minutes or so. Think about it, consider it, maybe start playing around there, getting some vision.
So they're trying for Sala. They've dropped down one sentry. Do they have another? They don't, by the looks of it. Get the blinds done. I mean, the Shadow Blade is about to wear off, but Sala will head out into the trees and we'll be able to TP out. Not quite enough detection to catch out that DK at that stage.
So no one's maybe hoping for a bit of a freebie down bottom, but a Naga and now a DK showing up. Not much chance of a kill there for him.
See, Ion, yeah. And again in the mid lane, they're sanking. Bottom lane, Sila. Tossed up. Dragon Tail's done. Vayne is there as well. Towards no one. He's pretty tanky, and Sila not really in the best of conditions to commit to a fight, as he is low on both the HP and the mana.
Yeah, sees the Razor up top, he looks like, so not concerned. Everyone just relaxing.
Mid lane, they are going to look to try and go onto Yang. He is very tanky, but no one there as well. Tossing it back into the central stun. Is it enough damage though? It's not. It is. They do have enough burst. They do have enough physical. And with Ramsey sweeping in as well, not only getting a kill, but should have a good chance of taking down a tier 1. Even applying some more pressure. Wish to do so. I like the build though for Vayne, picking up the Spirit Vessel. It's on here at 17 minutes.
Yeah, really not too much else to grab on the hero these days.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get like a drums or something some games. Or, of course, we've seen a lot of people try and transition right into that core. You just save up for Radiance if you get a lot of space. But it doesn't look like it's able to find that opportunity this game. Perhaps if it drags out a little longer, we've seen Spirit Vessel into Radiance still happen, but it's this whole idea of having the Shadow Blade on the Dragon Knight and then being able to maybe move around the map and get some picks from that. You can build off of that with the Spirit Vessel. Yeah, and you do see Sila taking advantage of this dire triangle. Yeah, there is splash damage on DK, so still nice. And looks like this will be a smoke, yeah, 4 heroes. Oh, and a DD as well. Radiant do not have vision on that DD either, so there's no immediate sense that this is happening.
I mean, Lil's not necessarily the biggest target to open on.
No one's so close behind him.
No one would be a dream one to open, but no one actually with his own invis will immediately blink out, dispels the smoke. And off the back of that little movement, VGJ Thunder unlikely to get a surprise initiation. Building himself to the tower. VP will prepare themselves for this. The question is if they want to try and take this fight.
Yeah, Chen just kind of scouting with the creeps too. Don't really have a great option to deal with them. There's no way to just like instantly break them down or anything, so they still provide a lot of vision without any real risk inside of VP.
A gift from the
So VGJ Thunder will back away, unable to really get the catch that they were hoping for.
19 minutes in, you haven't taken the tier 1 tower mid as a Dragon Knight lineup. Even with a Razor, a Tidehunter, a Naga Siren, these are supposed to be scary heroes at this point that put this threat as to all of your positioning. You have to be worried about every single step you take. You can never be too close to someone. You all get songed and the fight's just over. But maybe VGJ Thunder just playing a bit reserved, not able to get the vision or something for those plays, but they are not feeling confident in their abilities to overwhelm the side of VP, and that means they only have 1 tower with Dragon Knight and 2 minutes.
Still very close in terms of the numbers. 15-13, 1k lead for VP. No one. To calm up. Is out on his own though, so it won't try and make any sort of play. Solo. And Yang. Now looking towards Ramses. Yang has the 4-star, so a little bit more slippery for the side of VP to deal with. BKB very nearly complete for Ramses. At that point we could expect to see VP get even more aggressive if that's possible. We've seen already. Should feel not necessarily invulnerable if the Razor still gets a good static link off. They do have a decent amount of physical between the Razor and the DK punching into it. But if he can sort of keep his distance and trust in his team to have the control to dispatch the Razor, he should be feeling pretty strong at this stage. 20 minutes in with that BKB complete.
That's a lot of pressure on Yang too. You know, he has to either find this perfect Ravage, or he needs to of trying to wait it out, but that takes forever for the BKB. So ideally, perhaps we can find a play from the side of VGA Thunder where they can isolate the BKB using the Naga song, but obviously easier said than done. So
I like this though. Smoke into Roche.
good board by the Ancients as well. Sentry there too, so smart sort of shadow blade play.
Will Thunder know that this is coming? You have the Sankey showing towards the mid lane. Pasha just get glimpsed back again, able to dodge himself out of kinetic field.
Yeah, they're not gets in there.
I think they're starting to sense, yeah, here we go, with the song, Fade. Look to close the gap, look at the speed. VP actually able to keep themselves out of range. Solo will be caught out by it. They'll turn towards the chair, look for the easy kill, and they'll get it. Solo's down, Ramsey's now from the BKB, looking to turn. Karma's got his own BKB out there as well. Look at the homing missile onto Io. Io slapped down by no one. Yang trying to commit, but the avalanche comes through into the toss. No one able to hold him down. Little's there with the telekinesis. There's no chance for any sort of Ravage to come out with the control that VP have. They have lost two. Silas still got the BKB in the Elder Dragon form as he heads himself up to the high ground away from Pasha. It's a 3 for 2 favouring VP. Roshan still standing at half health. And certainly could have gone a lot worse if that guy was able to get the Ravage out. Well, it is going to get a lot worse for VGJ Thunder as they will also lose Karma as he's chased down by no one, Pasha and Lil. 4 heroes for VP as they only lose 2 themselves.
Yeah, the only bright side is they can't really do anything at this point. Even though Roche is relatively low, I don't think they want to go back in with these 3 heroes. They'll just kind of eye it up and hold the point until Gyrocopter comes back. But the Ravage is still up. They didn't get a chance to use it. The Naga is very low level though, so there won't be another song yet. But there is definitely still a chance that both teams come back to engage here.
Because with the stolen static link, will steal himself one over the right. That's a 300 damage Rubik. At 22 minutes in, that is quite some right in the case. Could be committing the most to this Roshan attempt. Oh, look at that.
He's chunking him.
Like green balls of fire. Slap it down.
I think he deserves the 80s.
That units. Ramses will take it. Jar.
Such a bully.
3 kills.
Oh, is that an Aghanim's Naga ICQ'd up? I've seen this a couple times.
He's had it queued. I mean, we'll see if he commits to it.
Well, if he ever gets there, that's the other part of it. But
sure, it's going to take a lot. Oh, here we go again. Nice and easy, plus 100 damage. Thank you very much. Clean up a camp or 2 with that. Yeah, the Aghanim's Naga, so having that heal against this lineup could certainly be pretty. I mean, having these 2 heroes, the Rage and the DK, they're already going to be very tanky. I mean, the Tide as well. Yep. You can sort of buff them up with that
and it is
percentage heal.
Based,
yeah, so it is nice on these sort of high HP cores.
If you think about it, like after a Gyro ulti or after an Epicenter, kind of like not only is going to break that combo up from maybe like a Lil follow-up or something like that, but being able to just negate all of that damage would be nice, but it's a long time coming. It's unlikely he's even going to play a big factor in this game. For now, we are back to just objectives.
Pasha focusing on the Yule Scepter. Ramses continue to beef up a little further after the BKB. Upgrade the Asher to some light, and he's pretty much got it. A few more creeps and he'll be there. BKB now being worked upon by no one. Finishing on Silver Edge.
You can play Silver Edge game too. All 3 cores you can have an impact on with that.
It's towards mid. VP leaning in, jump over Pasha. Close trying onto 1. Let's do the backup for Yang, but it's enough. There's a homing missile connection. In fact, Yankees are going to get taken down. Ramses moves in with the BKB in the rock run, takes down 1. Telekinesis from Lil, holding Silo in place. Then for the flag cannon, cooldown will not connect onto the Silo. Able to get the BKB and time, healed up as well by the Spirit Vessel from Fade. And now the look for the turnaround. Static Storm comes out onto Ramses with the BKB already committed. Ramses falling low. Ramses kept alive though. Hand of God there from Solo. He'll survive, and now VP going to continue to fight. Ramses coming back in on minimal life because he has the Aegis. Will get popped by the Ravage. That's going to be Ramses down once. VP still confident in the fighting potential that they have though. As they move in, find a third. Fade and Yang, the last 2 left alive, and they're almost certainly going to go down as well. Double kill for Ramses as he picks up Fade. Tide is down as well for 65 seconds off the fact that he comes back into that engagement. A huge team fight win there for VP. They're ready to shove down mid. And just those little things, Solo getting the save, protecting that Aegis for a little bit longer, making it that much harder for Thunder to take that team fight. I mean, fighting into this Gyro's Aegis was always going to be hard for a team that was slightly behind in terms of their item progression, and now VP are allowed to threaten the high ground.
Everything looks so good for Thunder. I like the way they're positioned. It felt like they're forcing a good fight, have all these tools to use, the Ravage, the Song, but Ty just got bursted down.
Yeah.
Had no way, Cracked Shell could not go off, and so he just dies. And without that Ravage, the key opportunity is to buy back, and then it's much weaker Ravage. His Ravage killed the Aegis, like that was the biggest contribution, so.
I mean, it's feel like a game where maybe the Ty doesn't get any of this or something, because he's just not getting the chance to open up fights. They want to put him in on the front line.
With that Silver Edge.
Die.
Yeah, I don't know. Certainly a game where you could look at and say they might have missed their window for VGJ Thunder. Again, the fact that they just got so few buildings, any sort of pressure down with DK that early on, kind of does not bode well for the rest of the game for them.
There's a full pipe on Solo now as well. Yeah, damage certainly going to be an issue for Thunder when they try and take these team fights. There's no doubt about that. That's all Lil starting to rack up a bit of money in his own bank. He queues up his own Aghanims.
I'm surprised Solo is so far.
Yeah.
I guess the barracks just coming in too, that definitely helps, but you know, this is a guy who's used to seeing it like 2K net worth permanently.
Sure. This is definitely up there in the all-timer records for Solo. He's loving life. I mean, as you say, not
26
10 not a
minutes
hero we've seen the most.
That's true.
It's pretty good for Solo's back.
Pasha has been kind of crazy too. I wouldn't have expected him to get so farmed, but he's now looking at towards the bots, so he can just keep pushing waves and just give no chance any sort of a comeback for Thunder through that sense. And he can still just join fights by boxing into something, especially with Chen's on your team. It's always nice to have Chen creeps.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, Solo being Solo, you know he's going to have those in great positions to just set up for the Sand King, get him straight into the tree lines at the side of a fight, so Patrick can find a chance to rep up that epicenter.
The worst thing here though is if you're VGJ Thunder, you have to find a fight. It's just,
you do.
If you're just chilling back, nothing's gonna happen that's good for you. You have a Gyro and a Tiny who are farming, a Sand King who's farming, a Rubik, like they're all just getting richer. You can't really keep up at this point. You need to get some engagement, but that engagement has to come at a Wombo combo, and then when you use that Wombo combo, you're then vulnerable. They don't have these cooldown issues on the side of VP, so maybe even if you win some fight, it might even end up being a net benefit for you. You can just straight up march back down one of your lanes when everything's unavailable for you in the next fight. Ooh, Gyro with 50 move speed as well. So fast.
Look at this open. Pasha comes in with a two-man burrow strike. Static Storm will be laid out, but Pasha's already able to get himself out of the sideline. Noel with the combo blows up the Disruptor. That'll be one kill. BKB pod, but Kama has got the static link. Moving in, he's going to be able to steal a fair bit of right click from no one. And he's bringing the Tiny down fairly low. BGJ will continue to chase it, but there's the send back from Solo. Gets No one back to safety as Thunder, despite their best efforts, unable to punish for the fact that they do lose that Disruptor. And they've got to be careful. VP still ready to sweep back around and look to potentially go in for more. There's an MKB done now on Sylar's DK, so he has got a fair bit of punch himself, but it feels like they really do need the full 5 man. It's so hard for them to take a fight with just the 4 of them, so they almost certainly have to just respect this push from VP, back up, and VP, 28 minutes in, will be allowed to take another tower.
Yeah, it's one thing, bots are amazing because you can just engage through a Chen creep, but when you get sent back during a fight like that, and just instantly you're back in, you know? At least they didn't commit any big ultimates from the side of VGJ Thunder, but it really looked like they were just going to get like 2 kills for themselves. But VP able to assess that, hey, we're not going to win this fight, but we can kind of retreat, pull back, send people home, and we shouldn't lose anything. Very nice tactical retreat from them.
Yeah, 14k lead side at this stage. Have the blink dagger on Yang, so maybe we can see him find the chance of these opening ravages that his team require him to find, and he absolutely needs to. This Gyro is going to be, well, he's already become a big threat, but now with the butterfly done as well, that's a lot of right click coming out from Ramsey. Also makes life a little bit harder for Karma, at least to take down. There is the MKB on Sylar, so that will certainly help if they can lock down the Gyro, but they have to control Ramsey. They have to find some way of jumping in on him and making sure that the backups are there from VP.
Yeah, the BKB is so cool.
We go, there's the Blink Ravage reveal. It's a good opening as they get onto Tuba with the status resistant. No one able to get the BKB out pretty quickly. Response. Oh, the setback! Oh, gets Ramsey's back just in time. He was falling so low. BGJ still find big kills though. They do get no one, and they do move over to Solo as well. So BGJ Thunder still able to find 2, but that very nearly could have been 3 there. As Ramsey's very lucky to keep his life intact.
That Shen value of this game has been absolutely unreal. I know there's no way. Like, and you saw this poor disruptor. He's throwing up Static Storm.
Look at this now. Ramses has come back in with Pasha. VGJ Thunder.
And they have
still having some fight here.
They only use kinetic.
This looks to be a big mistake from VP. Lil's down. Pasha, grabbing up the epicenter, comes in. Oh, it's a big one as well. Look at this damage. Oh! The Rampage, come on now. They're chasing down Kala. The homing missile connects. They're going to kill this man. I think he's going to be able to get around Rampage. Come on, give it to Pasha. Give it. He's trying to give it to him. He's got it. Rampage for Pasha on the Sand King. It looked to be a mistake from VP, but the magical damage these two could kick out together set up something quite spectacular. What a rampage.
Oh, get in there, folks. The MSI Rampage giveaway that he's delivering. Thank you, Pasha. What a hero. He's doing it for the people.
We didn't expect the Sand King to do it.
No,
I don't think no one ever expects the Sand King to get a rampage quite like that.
Oh, it's that perfect time of the game because he's crazy levels and everyone's still, not that tanky, I guess, on the side of VGJ Thunder after one fight's already happened. They're all just kind of get low on the HP. Comes in with the cleanup.
That was insane amounts of damage from Pasha.
And now he has the +4 pulses as well from talent too, so it only adds up from here.
And if that didn't shake up VGJ Thunder, I don't know what will. This is going to be hard for them. There's now the pressure on the high ground. It's an Aghanims complete on Lil. Fade. Looking for the setup. Got Io.
First time this whole game we've seen this.
He's still the drum. Decent amount of damage, but again, the sendback is there. Ramses is back to safety. VGJ Thunder, they want to try and catch someone. They may get solo. He's running, but the gush does connect. I don't know if he's getting himself out of this one. Blink 4 from Yang. He's got the body blocks. Solo will be dragged back by the glimpse. And another death on the check. Oh, it's the least he can do for his team here. Everyone else is able to. The Sand King nearby. The power stroke won't quite connect.
Break
Do
on
get
his
that
passive.
dust out. Lincoln Sphere. That's going to be the a little something that Pasha treats himself to after that massive gold off the rampage.
Oh, the landing.
Yeah, that's pretty beautiful. But at the same time, he does get the static leak. So with that in mind, no one doesn't actually have the physical damage to finish off Karma, and he will be able to force himself down off the cliff of the hurricane. Oh, the stolen glimpse, Lil! He gets the drag back. Oh, what a play from Lil. I mean, VP, they're bringing out the big guns.
Don't mind me.
He's looking for another one. He's got it back up in 10 seconds. He wants another cheeky little catch. This is a full minute without that Razor. Karma does have buyback, granted, and he may be forced to use it. VP, the full 5-man up. Roshan is there, so VP may just look to take this time. Play it safe. Get the Roshan, get the Aegis, get the cheese, and maintain this lead that they do that.
Yeah. Again, it's hard not to look at this game and think like, how much more did VGJ Thunder need to get done that early game? We never saw that beautiful setup. We didn't get our song into our static storm with our kinetic field. The first time it happened, they already had BKBs. That's the point we were at. So no real time to shine.
I mean, the dream is for the Ags on the Disruptor, but I imagine that's a long way away. Pasha.
But he did it again.
He just did it again. Yeah. He dodges the glimpse back.
And then Disruptor gets glimpsed by Rubik.
Oh dear, oh dear. Now look, Pasha, he's just going in for more. Jumps in and with the setup into the avalanche. They're held under the cover of the cooldown. That's going to be fade down. Sana will put the BKB, looks towards Ramsey. Down to half health. He has to get the kill though. Karma coming in as well with the BKB because standing and got to know play. Get these setbacks from Solo. Gets this Tiny out of there. Pasha comes back forward with the Burrow Strike. There's the stun onto the gyro. Ramses will be taken down once. There's the Aegis gone. Can they do it a second time? There's only 3 of them. BGJ that's surrounded, but Ramses still got the BKB and Pasha's back in with the epicenter. Jumps on top of Sylar. Sylar has to buy back on the DK. Lil, Ramses and no one. They'll surround Karma on the sidelines. Take down the Razor. And Sylar looking at getting the kill onto Pasha. They commit the Ravage and they will get it. But Pasha, he buys back straight away. He moves and travels into join his teammates. There we go. Lil, oh, have you ever seen a dragon drop a Ravage? I've never seen that. That was beautiful. Lil with the Elder Dragon form into the Rabbit. I mean, this game is over. You just got absolutely styled on. If a dragon does that with his tentacles... Just another day in the office. What a game. I mean, that was a bit of a showstopper, that one. VP. They certainly showed us some flashy stuff.
Yeah, the last time I saw a team get that completely screwed over by Chen sendbacks, it was found hooking. I mean, that was brutal.
That was so many times.
Unbelievable. Every time they were going to get a kill, every time they were going to get back in this game, every time they made a movement that looked positive for their team, whoop, just gone. He's out of there. And they had the Razor, they had that purge potential, but every time they were BKB'd.
Wages of fear.
Dire are scanning.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Here he goes.
At wagersbootcamp.com.
Oh, nice. It's actually dota2trainingcamp.com. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Look, right.
No worries.
So SF buys a gem for his team, spends that money straight up, cash out, no problem.
That's what you do. That's what you do for friends when you have this much cash. And right now, they're sensing it, scanning it even. Lifestealer in big trouble here.
Young 11 walks
He's
into
gonna
his rage TP. Can they stop this? Doesn't look
No.
like they can.
You can't toss anymore the rage targets or BKB targets and toss. That is a big getaway there. Fortunately for him, the Kunkka was running out and kind of revealing the Shivas and everything coming in. He may have been jumped.
Dire's bottom shrine
Lifeline
is
for
under
SG
attack.
there, but still. For his Radiant team, with Ori still holding onto the cheese. He looks to right-click down Brian for now, but I'll clear out bottom wave, get these creep waves back into their
Dire's
natural habitat,
bottom
which is
shrine
the Dire
under
base.
attack.
He
Dire's
looks to
bottom
try and
shrine
remedy this as
has
much
fallen.
as possible. Definitely waiting around. The ping has come out right now. Young 11's like, hey, Roshan could be up feasibly, could be alive right now, and SG could be sneaking it away from us, so let's move.
Both teams are recognizing that Roshan is going to be the game decider here. There's even a refresher, and if there's a Tidehunter on one team and stuff like Beastmaster on the other, it's a massive thing. Beastmaster, however, not going to be on the other team for much longer as he gets picked off. Looks like a buyback, but very likely that they're gonna just play around Roche. You kind of want to force the buyback, but at the same time, Roche is just about to spawn. There it is. They get rewarded with an early spawn.
Potentially buyback gets forced if SG feels they need to contest, right?
That's true. And taking Roche is pretty much the same as securing yourself the game here. You know, apart from some very big misplace. Awkward is the ping ping. Come here. Where's my right clickers? Tiny with D. Rune looks over to Roche. He's like, who's the better golem?
Hello.
I punch him.
Damage. Lots.
He picks up a 3.
What is that? 559 damage?
Oh, are we on to advanced edition now?
Yeah, sure are.
Okay. Well, it changed just now. I don't know how.
By DD, by tree.
Alright. Tidehunter, so happy to have that refresher in his inventory. The beautiful part is this one doesn't even cost mana.
Gorgeous.
I wonder if they should have mana cost to the refresher shard. No, I mean,
mana cost for ages.
Dire's top shrine.
No, but I get what you mean. Refresher shard is.
It's really powerful though. It doesn't cost mana. Certain heroes don't have the management. Oh, fighting outside base.
Lifestealer has walked into this one. Hookshot is up now, and they go back in onto the Beastmaster. And he's dead for 74. The TA trying to battle the Young 11, but the G's pop X-Mark back into the turret now. But SG, they're running out of steam. They've caught the Lifestealer in the cogs. and he's forced to buy back immediately. The chase continues, but the Young 11 has found Adriano. The boat will come through, but it's still a dead TA. Dead without buyback, 100 seconds, and it's over. They've called it.
She doesn't buy this, but yeah, it doesn't really matter because these heroes...
The double ravage.
It's just the late game power here. Tiny gets that farmed, and SF is also really farmed, and then you have a Tide protecting them with a Shiva's guard.
Yeah.
It is not easy to break that. So, in the end, it is VG Gaming who are going to take this series 2-1. They did have a little bit momentary slip up in game 2, where they didn't really have any response to what SG were doing, but they proved themselves to be the victor in this series. I must say, there was quite a few nice little plays here and good understanding of what they can do with the different heroes. Everyone really knowing the limit.
So
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Dusker.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant.
League's assassin. Keeper of the light.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Enchantress.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
That was Shaman.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Life Stealer.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Juggernaut.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Enigma.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Death Prophet.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Prepare for battle.
First blood! As indeed I am first in everything!
The battle begins.
I'll take that as tribute games. Is swifter. No, you don't.
Fortune's changed.
Got it.
Finders.
Denied.
That's unjust.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This round is over.
Gotcha.
Illusion. Snuffed out.
Dire are scanning.
Face it.
Don't run.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You're not going anywhere.
Was the last of my kind. Now is for the rest. There is no master.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
This is a great honor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wait up.
So dies the spark of endless suns.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Trust me, I know how to handle such power. you my beauties.
I'll take that as tribute.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Double damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I was the light.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stay
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think I wasn't fond of you. Really don't.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
My woes grow light as a feather. Death and good are linked. Finders, keepers.
Thank you, my beauties.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire are scanning. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Haste!
Monster kill! Ultra kill!
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.